I know this is difficult, but we have to keep to the time. We are now not going to get everybody in. Danny Kruger.
Deputy Speaker, and let me put on record my appreciation and thanks to the NHS who serve my constituents in Devizes in Wiltshire, particularly the staff of the Great Western Hospital in Swindon and the Salisbury and District Hospital, our local doctors, pharmacists and care workers. Now, I accept the reasons that the Secretary of State gave earlier for the pressures that the NHS is under. They are largely immediate and COVID-related. Of course, there was a recent policy that led to many of these problems. Labour were the principal cheerleaders for those policies, and we are seeing now the reckoning for those lockdowns. It's no surprise we have 10 times the usual flu admissions to hospital, and we have double the number of delayed discharges. But it's also true that there were problems in the NHS before COVID. In fact, we talk about the crisis in the NHS. It's a perennial crisis. Whenever we're in government, the party opposite talk about the crisis in the NHS. When they're in government, we talk about the crisis in the NHS. There was a significant crisis throughout the history of the NHS, and the Secretary of State, Shadow Secretary of State, is right to say that we need fundamental reform. I'm not sure that that's what we're seeing from him. He listed a lot of outputs that he wants to achieve, more staff, and a whole bunch of inputs in terms of more money from the inexhaustible pot of non-dom taxation. But more than spending, more than inputs, is the value for money that the NHS needs to generate. And what we haven't heard is a proper plan for changing the systems to achieve those improvements. Now, the government does have a plan for that, which is the integration of health and social care. I support that integration and localisation. I think we should go further than that. We need to integrate the community services, the non-specialist services that exist in our community. So much demand on health and social care is driven by lifestyle and relationships, and we do need to harness the immense resources of civil society and support families and communities. And I want to end by paying tribute to the social prescribing project which this government has introduced, which is achieving such good results. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.